We believe everyone can learn to operate handguns safely. However, we think it is unsafe to learn to shoot on your own. Please work with an experienced firearms instructor to put these skills into practice.
Are you trained or untrained? That is the question. We're here to help you get trained. In this video, you'll learn about the 4 basic rules of gun safety. We'll also talk about how to be safe around others who are handling guns in an unsafe manner. When you're a new shooter, it's important to get an experienced instructor to help you with this video. Don't try anything by yourself until you're thoroughly familiar with firearm safety. In this workshop, all guns are unloaded and safe to handle. The only ammunition present will be the dummy training rounds. The target shows us the safe direction to point our guns. Viewers, I'd like to introduce you to our trainees, Claudia and Deborah.
Hi. Hi.
Today we're going to learn about the 4 basic rules of gun safety. You're going to hear these rules repeated over and over. The reason is it may prevent injury or death from a gun accident. Let's start by watching our Core Concept 1 video called The 4 Basic Rules of Gun Safety. Viewers, you can replay this Core Concept video anytime. Here's where you find it on our website.
In this video, Jackie and I are going to help you understand the 4 basic rules of gun safety.
We're going to begin by listing them on the screen. Then we'll go through them one by one.
1. Treat every gun as if it's loaded. 2. Keep your gun pointed in a safe direction. 3. Index your trigger finger until you are on target. 4. Be certain of your target and what is beyond it. Rule 1. Treat every gun as if it's loaded. When you see a gun, always assume that it will fire when you pull the trigger. If it has a safety, assume the safety is off and in the firing position. Do not touch the trigger until you have unloaded the gun. For semi-autos, assume there are rounds in the magazine. Also, assume there is one in the chamber. For revolvers, assume there are rounds in the cylinder. Always follow these assumptions regardless of what other people tell you, until you personally unload the pistol and make it safe to handle. We'll show you that in another video.
Rule number 2, keep your gun pointed in a safe direction. That target over there is our safe direction in front of a brick fireplace. We're surrounded by houses, so most other directions are not safe if a gun is fired accidentally. This includes most interior and exterior walls. The bullet would pass through them. And never point your gun at people or animals or anything else you would not want to destroy.
Rule 3, index your trigger finger until you're on target. Don't touch the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Keep your index finger pointed alongside the gun. We call this indexing. Make a point of showing others that your trigger finger is indexed.
Rule 4, be certain of your target and what's beyond it. You hear a bump in the night. Is it your teenager sneaking in late, or is it a threat to your family? If you had to shoot and missed, are there children sleeping in the next room? The point is, you have to think carefully before you take any action.
Every gun owner should think of themselves as a safety officer. Remember, you are responsible for every bullet that you fire from your gun.
Now I'd like to go over each of these rules with you. I'm going to start by giving you a copy of the rules.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about each one of them. Rule 1, treat every gun as if it's loaded. The video talked about making some assumptions when you're around guns. What assumptions would you make around this gun?
I'd assume that this gun was loaded until someone showed me that there weren't any bullets in the chamber.
And I would assume that if I pulled the trigger that it would go off.
Great assumptions. Rule 2, keep your gun pointed in a safe direction. A safe direction needs to stop a bullet if the gun is accidentally fired. Where's the safe direction here, and why is it safe?
That's the safe direction, and it's a brick wall.
Great.
And the reason that the brick wall is safe is because it's a harder surface. The bullets can't penetrate to hit somebody in another room.
Right, watching out for the innocent bystanders.
Yeah.
Excellent. Rule 3, index your trigger finger until you're on target. Can you show me how to index your trigger finger and tell me why it's important?
It's important to show that your finger is not on the trigger.
Excellent. Rule 4, be certain of your target and what's beyond it. If you're in a defensive situation, you need to be certain this person intends to seriously harm you. And you have to watch out for bystanders in the line of fire. So how much time would you have to make decisions like these?
Instantly.
Seconds, just, yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
no time at all.
When you're a new shooter, you're going to hear these rules repeated over and over every time you're around guns. Now I want to talk to you about how to stay safe around others who are handling guns in an unsafe manner. Here are some situations that can happen with untrained gun owners. I want you to apply what you've just learned, and I want you to be assertive about it. Your favorite uncle wants to show you his gun, but you're not sure if it's loaded. What should you be concerned about? And what should you do?
I'd be concerned about it going off.
Right?
I think we need to know if there's bullets in there or not.
Excellent.
I just wouldn't touch it.
A good friend of yours starts fooling around with their gun and pointing it in an unsafe direction. What should you be concerned about, and what should you do?
I'd be concerned that the gun would go off and hurt somebody.
Right.
I'd tell that person to put it away. Put it in a safe place, holster, in a box, something like that.
Or prove that it's not loaded.
You're at a crowded sporting goods store at the gun counter, and another customer is looking at a gun and sweeps you with the muzzle.
Whoa!
Don't point that gun at us.
Remember, you always have the right to speak up in situations like these. We want everyone thinking like a safety officer. Viewers, have you ever had experiences like these? We'd love to hear what you think. Visit us on our Facebook page and tell us about your experiences. The address is right here on our screen. Are you trained or untrained? That is the question. If you'd like to get trained, here's our formula for success. 1. Watch our free videos. 2. Get professional instruction. 3. Practice, practice, practice. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you at the range. Are you ready to go to the range?
You bet.
Yes!